I was holding my girlfriend on the couch as she looked up at me and said, "We need to talk." I freeze instantly at those words as my heart starts sinking. Breathing shallow, I mute the television we had on. My hands were shaking in anger as I try to gently move Fiona off of me. I knew what the talk meant. It was either she was cheating on me or she wanted to break up with me. I've been through this too many times to count. I stood up and moved away slightly because I couldn't even meet her eyes. "You want to break up with me?" I asked nervously as I lick my lower lip. I always licked my lower lip as a nervous action. Fiona followed the movement as her eyes darkened for a second before she shook her head. "No, I don't want to break up with you," Fiona states in anger. I suddenly felt sick. She must have cheated on me then. She had to. There were no other options left in my mind. "We need to talk about us and our future together," she repeats slowly, seemingly hiding her own emotions. I couldn't get a read on her at all. My foot started bouncing slightly. I started pacing. My mind was made up. She cheated on me and needed to leave. What is there to talk about? Just leave. Tears filled Fiona's eyes as she looked at me with shock and shame. I was now visibly shaking and couldn't believe that Fiona cheated on me. At least, that's what I assumed with how she was acting. "I am so sorry," she starts off. "I don't want to hear it. The excuses. I don't want to hear them," I say in a trembling voice with an undertone of hurt and anger. "It wasn't supposed to happen," Fiona states as tears start falling. "Then why did it?" I couldn't help the outburst. My anger was being seen at the humiliation I felt at the thought of being cheated on again. Fiona lets out a small whimper as her tears fall faster. "Because we weren't careful," she tries to explain in an extremely small voice. "So, you're blaming me? You are absolutely insane when it's your damn fault." My voice breaks as my hands clench. A tear runs down my cheek. A quick swipe of the hand erases the evidence of my heartbreak. Fiona lets out a heartbroken sob that tears at my heartstrings even as I feel my soul shattering again. "Why are you blaming me for what happened? It takes two to tangle," Fiona states in a broken voice as she sobs harder. I stare at Fiona in shock as I turn and kick a chair. Before picking it up and making sure not to hit Fiona, I threw it at the wall in front of me, shattering the TV and the chair. "You're the one that cheated on me, not the other way around," I burst out as I leap to my feet. Fiona freezes completely as tears continue flowing down her face. Her mouth is dropped open. I stare at her in anger as I continue shaking even more. Fiona stands up slowly before slapping me across the face. My head snaps to the side at the force. "I am not Ariel or Tina or Paige or Charlie or Chalice or any of your exes. I've never dang well cheated on you." She pokes me harshly in the chest. I stare at Fiona as I lick my lip nervously as I stare down at her. Was I wrong? "Then what the hell are we talking about, huh?" I questioned with anger and confusion, because not once did Fiona ever call me out like this. "Are you breaking up with me?" I asked instead. Fiona rubs her face as she laughs sadly. "I'm pregnant and you're the daddy," Fiona harshly states before crumbling into herself. I catch her before she falls, even though I'm in absolute shock. "You're pregnant?" I asked as tears started flowing down my cheeks. "Yes, Wayne. I love you and would never break up with you nor cheat. I'm not your exes and I know they hurt you, but you need to start trusting me," Fiona whispers into my neck. "You're pregnant?" I ask again. Fiona looks at me with tears flowing down both of our faces. "Yes." I swing her up into my arms as she lets out a sweet laugh. The next day, I signed myself up for therapy and later couples therapy. If we needed to have a serious talk, we'd say, "Let's have mint ice cream," because neither of us like that flavor. Or if we needed to let another in on a secret with no judgment, we would say, "Let's have a fun house." We created the perfect baby boy. Fiona lets out a tired laugh as she smiles up at me. "I'm the one that carried him for 9 months, crazy man."